Assalamu alaikum ji to all of you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Uh, First of all, on my behalf of my team, I would like to thank you all, especially to the management of this university and then to you all. I think we have taken a lot of time already, so I would like to come straight to the point. Uh, Today we are here for something you don't find, in the market normally. There are the entrepreneurship models there, tech models, other models than the entrepreneurship related to the prevailing businesses. We, uh, we were thinking that where for Pakistan, what is the niche market? It is not niche market, frankly speaking, what we are going to discuss. This is something the whole world is doing, except for the Pakistan. I could see just one university, that was Southampton University, UK, where I went and I visited the Department of Actuarial Sciences. That was the only department I could see. In Pakistan, I don't think that any university is working on this topic. And believe me, this is something very important. I'm going to discuss with you uh, gradually. So first of all, we are talking about profit loss, etc., global financial markets. This is International Advisors, Prudential Financials Limited, UK. This is South Asian Business Concern. And this is the Entrepreneurship Development Program. And this is related to the global financial markets. It's not a tech program. This is a program of making money. And whatever I'm saying, it is proven, it is written on the wall. So let's take a look how it is. I would like to give introduction first of all about our setup, our company, our colleagues. So we have the foreign principal, the name of the company, who is the sponsor of this program is Prudential Financials Limited, London. This is a London-based prop trading venture capital firm looking for the global future stars. The local companies, the one company is International Advisors Private Limited. This company is having offices in more than one countries, and I would invite later on to Mr. Ahmed Mukhtar Mirza, who will introduce himself, his international exposure related to what we are going to talk right now. The second company is SAB, South Asian Business Concern. I'm representing that company. And we basically, two companies, the SAB role is to brand this startup program. The International Advisors is having expertise regarding the training in the financial market, for the financial markets, and the foreign principal is the sponsor. This is my introduction. I'm having an extensive experience in marketing, management, research, project development, project management, and I'm a regular member, I go to LUMS as a judge for the entrepreneurial competitions. I'm going there since 2012. I recently was selected as a mentor for a startup program in Bosnia and Herzegovina, and I was fortunate that my team won $100,000 prize also. My international affiliations, till to date, I'm an honorary development member of a think tank that is under the Foreign Office of Commonwealth, UK. I've been awarded the fellowship from the World Bank once. I am a member with the OIC Malaysia. I was one of the speakers in Malaysia in 2015, and I was represented as the representative for the location Switzerland. That was an initiative, and the role was to promote the Pakistani markets, Pakistani investors for the Switzerland. Last but not least, this is just one example. I've been the advisor for the UN Women Organization in few things. I've been the advisor for the Kazakhstan, the embassy in Pakistan. They invited 25 people and so on. I worked in the government of Pakistan with Federal Ministry of Education, with IBP State Bank, corporate sector, NGOs. And right now, the one company I'm running is SAB. The second is MediServices International. That is basically with a UK partner. So sorry for the detailed introduction, but I think it was important to know each other first. Now I start from one live example Since in the beginning, I explained that here I am going to discuss something which makes money. Legitimate money, legal money, and that involves, your common sense more than the hard work. This is the beauty of that. I'm giving you 3 examples. One is Joshua Stewart, second is Nelsby, third is Anish Shah. These guys, one is 23 years old, second is 20 years old, and the third one is 19 years old, and he's the CEO of his company, this Indian guy of the Bulls Academy. These 3 people, they're not more intelligent than the ladies and gentlemen sitting here. The only difference is that they took life a little bit, along with the fun, with a serious end. Because at the end of the day, this degree is going to be completed. You'll be saying bye to each other the way we did. And then we could never find each other except few birthday parties. That's it. So after 10 years, when we met all together on an alumni function, few people were getting depressed, few people were, proud of something, and that fun was over, which we used to have in the universities. So these guys, they basically realized that what exactly we have to do. Either we have to become a laborer, we have to dig the soil, sowing of the seeds, watering, then praying, Allah Mia, please, barish barsade, and the fasal should be good one. Or we should be working for some industry, having a necktie and calling us a manager, something like that. Or we have to do something which can add value towards life. So I just gave you 3 examples. These examples are live, available. You can find, through the Google. What do you think who they are? How could they get the worth in millions in such young age? Is it real? Yes, you can search it. What does this feel? The guy's 20, 23, 19. What is this field exactly? Yeah, I know. All of you must have listened to the word financial markets. Normally in Pakistan, we understand, I accept my ignorance, first of all. We normally understand financial markets means something related to the financial accounting. I'm sorry, this is not the case. This is something related to your acumen, your intelligence, your common sense. And money is not made by the degrees. Money is made by the common sense and street smartness. These guys did not make money while doing a job of a marketing executive or becoming an assistant manager accounts or HR manager or the management guys. Whether these were the 3 sectors, industry, agriculture, or general service sector, which you see in Pakistan, you go for the internships, you go for the work, you find the approach, and you try to get, I want an internship in Coca-Cola, I want something in Nestle. Please, hold on. Just hold on. These guys did not work in these industries, either of the title. What are the markets? My God, this is the most wonderful thing. You go every day, sometimes you go to the mall, shops, grocery stores, buying clothes. What do? You buy or sell. अगर आप लोग बोर होना शुरू हो तो प्लीज़ मुझे बता दीजिएगा because my time is very precious. I would leave without wasting your time. Seriously, you are not bound to sit. What I'm trying to do is I just want to, I want to infuse something which we are learning or which our colleagues have been learning. And maybe that is going to work for even one person here. In markets, the sectors are manufacturing sector, agriculture sector, service sector, then the trading sector, then it converges in the global financial markets. I would explain you how. In manufacturing, majority of the students, whether this is BNU, LUMS, LSC, all of the universities, everybody's trying and applying for the jobs. A person wins who has capability and who has the local capability also. But the sectors are what? Manufacturing, agriculture, service sector. What else? Maximum somebody is going to open his or her event management company, right? But all these sectors converge into the global financial markets. And in this sector, you could see majority, you cannot find majority, not everyone. And that is why the money is not for everyone. Money is for those who, make some ambition, and they rightly point out, scattered thoughts, I want to do this and that also, I want to do this and that also. That doesn't work. So this sector, now trust me, this is whole Pakistan. Few people are doing labor here, everywhere. And this is majority, masses. But this sector, it is converged. All these sectors are converged here. How? When you earn something, the payment is given through the check. Where do you deposit the check? I missed one more entity here. In the bank. You get the payment from the bank. You pay the payment to the bank. And banks do what? This sector, whatever they earn throughout the year, the middle sector earns a day. Trust me. Whatever I'm saying, please do go back to the libraries, go to your computers, search it yourself. I'm saying something which is verifiable. So all this sector money, he earns, he pay here for buying crops. He earns, he pay here. All of them are buying and paying. Ultimately, the money converge here. This is the sector I'm talking about. This is the sector. You see, the volume of the finances, where it is converging. Why not to sit that place? Azdaha kahan baithta hai? Khazane pe. See? Amin, please don't mind such words from my side, but this is how it is. Oh, lovely. Thank you, yaar. Thank you. Aapne mujhe thoda sa help out kar diya. Anyways. So I'm talking about this market. I know after your graduation you are going this. Few would be going this. And very few would be going this. Come on. This is the sector of labor. Mazdoor. सारा साल मेहनत करो और पैसा कौन कमा रहा है? ये वाला. इन सारों की मेहनत. All of them. All right. Global financial market worth, trust me, it is in trillions of dollars. और ट्रेड भी बहुत टाइप की है. अभी हम ग्लोबल फाइनेंशियल मिसाल के तौर पे, you are producing wheat, rice, and you are exporting. Containers are going here and there. Somebody is importing, somebody is exporting. If you check the data, that is nothing comparing the global financial markets. Nothing. Where you are doing nothing physically, you're not, आप पैकिंग नहीं कर रहे, प्रोड्यूस कुछ नहीं कर रहे, क्वालिटी चेक नहीं करवा रहे, फाइनेंशियल बुक्स नहीं लिख रहे, but its volume is huge. Startup funding. Now I would come to my point first of all, and then we'll get back. Purpose of today's seminar is we want to develop entrepreneurs from Pakistan, mind this word. We have offices overseas. From Pakistan's best talent, supporting them by training as well as funding to selective candidates. Why initiated? Because we wanted to empower youth so that they can meet the challenges of higher financial growth in international financial markets. Next, the phases, how we want to proceed it. We are conducting seminars, like the way we are here today. We have conducted 2 more seminars earlier to this, and in few days, I don't want to call the name of the universities, but we are going there. So after this orientation sessions, what we are looking for? Just one thing, interest. That's it. Just interest. And we want to purify this interest. And we would purify this interest. So what we are going to do is that once we conduct this seminar, my colleagues are here, and they must have given you the attendance sheet also. That is not important. Attendance sheet is not important. What important is that the WhatsApp number, which we'll share at the end of the slide, who is interested to attend the training program. This is not training today, frankly speaking. It is just gupshup. So we'll see who is interested. Then we will register those students. We will send them a link. They will fill up the form, very small, very easy form. And from these students, we will shortlist and we will invite them for the training induction. This training would be for 3 days in Lahore office. And after 3 days, we'll give them a number of days for the practical working. That practical working would be evaluated. We would see. In the meanwhile, we'll be training more students, and by the end of Jan, we would be having our evaluations. So we would see who uses sentiments, who avoids sentiments, who is more logical when he or she is going to do some trade internationally. So these are the steps, and the final would be 10 awards, $5,000 each, but we are not going to hand over to anyone. Seriously, because I am absolutely aware of the startup programs, entrepreneurship programs, absolutely aware of. We are going to put physical money to their accounts, and they would play with that money. We want to see the intelligence. We are ready to face total loss of $5,000. Total loss. We are ready for that. And those who would make money from our money, with their brain, with their energy, with their zeal, we would make a profit and loss sharing, profit sharing basis with them. This is what we want to do. So these are the steps. Sorry. So we believe after this training, you will get financial independence irrespective to the gender. Trade, if you learn, and for example, because you see it would be a good competition. For example, a person got trained, but he or she couldn't get the fund. Not a problem at all. He or she can trade for the clients and can, get his or her profit as a trader. As investor, he or she can play a role. People are, investing in the cryptocurrencies, like these things. But here, it is not a blind thing like cryptocurrency. It is something logical because you are trained for something. And when you are trained, the chances are very less that you lose. Brother, are you all right? Okay, thank you. As advisor, you see, if you are expert, people would call you the way people call to our one of the speaker, Mr. Ahmed Mukhtar Mirza, as advisor, and people pay him for hourly basis, for this just advice, if you are expert. And trust me, the advice is not like earning 20, 50,000. It is in dollars, if you are expert. So if you are not selected for the award, you become as analyst, you can join the treasury department of the banks. Banks would love to hire you. Trust me, there are, because I have served the State Bank of Pakistan, so I'm giving you confidence. There are 1,000 candidates, all of them are, let's say, MBA, BBA, whatever it is. And one person sitting here, he just tells during the interview that, sir, I'm trained for the global financial markets. I understand how the markets, what is liquidity, what is leverage. Trust me, the HR manager is going to say, no, you are not going anywhere. Because rest of all of them, let's say I am among them, we would be looking like sheep, the horde of sheep. One person is talking something absolutely different, which is the need of the bank. Banks earns from where? They earn from the international financial markets, from the investments also. So as an analyst, as a fund manager, I'm going to be very quick now. The global financial markets you can divide in following segments: stock exchanges, commodity exchanges. I believe you understand what is meant by commodity. Commodity, do you understand what is meant by commodity? Anything, wheat, rice, commodity, So commodity exchanges, then the off exchanges. We are discussing the off exchanges. This funding program is for the off exchanges program. Then the investment management, then FSPs, including banks, leasing, etc., etc. I'm skipping now. These are the three sectors: stock exchange, commodity exchange, and off exchanges. I am going to discuss very briefly in 1 minute. Stock exchanges, you must have heard the New York Stock Exchange. Then we have Pakistan Stock Exchange. About the commodity exchange, Pakistan Mercantile Exchange. I'm talking about the off exchanges. Regarding career, I would like to share with you what is a career. If you learn, if you get this knowledge, you can work in the stock exchange, even in Pakistan, or even abroad if you can, as a stockbroker, investment advisor, financial advisor, online stock trader, portfolio management, equity analyst, financial analyst, research analyst. Believe me, these are highly lucrative professions. Just try to search what people earn in these professions. Now everybody is running after, I have to join Nestle. For God's sake, Nestle is one company. How many people would go and what kind of competition you would face? Here there's no competition. No competition at all. So these are the professions, and the same exists for the commodity exchanges. And off exchanges, you know about the off exchanges, cryptocurrencies, OTCs, CFDs are traded, currencies are traded globally and even in Pakistan. In off exchanges, forex trading, you know very well, it is, if you want to define it, comes from the foreign exchange, also known as the FX trading, spot trading, interbank trading. This market determines foreign exchange rates for every currency. It includes all aspects of buying, selling. So I hope most of you could be aware of it. Then the cryptocurrency, you know, it's very famous these days, and cryptocurrency also comes under the off exchanges. We want to see, frankly speaking, this is our target. That is why we are spending money. You know, coming over here is the cost. It's not the cost of petrol, it is our cost, our man-hour cost. So we are looking for very, very bright person who could work for our future Turkey office or the other places. Now I would like to invite Mr. Ahmed Mukhtar Mirza, the CEO of the International Advisor. Sir, please come and share your thoughts. And I would rejoin for last moments once he finishes. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope so Mr. Khalid has given you a brief overview, especially of the purpose, why we are here, what would be the purpose of all this induction, and by now at least you will have some idea, like we are here to deliver you something. It's not like a sales workshop or something, and we have the plans. We are looking for global intellectual minds, good brains, and we have to distribute some funds to them, and it will be like on profit sharing basis without any risk, and that fund basically will be invested in different sectors of global financial markets. It's okay?
Just press this one.
No, it's okay. So as far as my introduction is concerned, before that, I would like to mention one thing. I have strong belief Pakistanis are versatile. I have worked in more than 20 countries and I have worked with more than 30 nationalities. Believe me or not, it's not that just because I am Pakistani. I assure you, Pakistanis, Indian, Chinese, they don't have any match. They perform outstanding and they give outstanding results. We just underestimate ourselves sometimes, like we are ignoring, like if you don't waste your time. This is how basically we are, wasting our potential as well sometimes. Don't mind it, right? Basically, Pakistanis can perform wonders. As I told you, I have worked with more than 30 nationalities. The only problem is we don't have the launching pads, we don't have the proper education or training, and we don't have proper guidance. So what we have learned by working in various countries and in this industry, we are trying to share it and elaborate your potential. And just for overview, I have been a member of, because whenever we talk about financial sector, you all, I hope so, already know it comes with certain licensing and approvals and the requirements. If we talk about bank or stock exchange or commodity exchange or any fund or mutual fund or fund management, so there are always three requirements to become the licensed. First of all, it's proficiency requirement. They have some MCQ-based exams. Whether you are talking about US, there is separate regulators. We call it CFTC in collaboration with SEC, Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and then National Futures Association. So they test in which field you have to go. There has to be certain certification, some exams. Like I used to be in Chicago, luckily, and I learned from there. And we used to have office in Chicago Board of Trade. If you search, this is one of the buildings where still more than 500 licensed financial institutions are there. So I used to be a CTA, a US certified commodity trading advisor in there. Then I used to be a member of the Bay Gold and Commodity Exchange. We do market making and some liquidity provisions. I don't want to go to that side in details, and we have got some other memberships and offices in 12 countries. And currently, as far as the regulated activity is concerned, I'm the CEO of IA Commodities as well, which is a market maker and a member of Pakistan Mercantile Exchange. That's the only exchange in Pakistan which deal with the commodities. And I think you all should know, because you are of this background, that in every country there are two types of exchanges. One is stock exchange, which is very common, and second is the commodity exchange, which is comparatively newer in this area, although it started with 17th century with the Osaka Rice Exchange being the first one. And it's quite unfortunate that still in Pakistan commodities are not being hedged as it was the idea and how it was started. But we are expecting it very soon, maybe in a couple of years. We are expecting the commodity hedging will be started. And this was why these exchanges were developed, because mostly nowadays we are into speculation and some other liquidity provisions. But those who will come in the training of 3 days, they will definitely have all this information in detail, because it's not easy to explain everything. I would just like to give some ideas that what could be the benefit for you, because I know we all are very short-tempered, including ourselves, and we just want to come to the exact point, how we can become millionaire, how we can double our investment, and that's it. You're right, obviously, but if we are determined and we have some proper, platform, we can definitely achieve anything, because this is very scalable business. So what we can expect is, first of all, as Mr. Khalid has already explained briefly, that obviously we'll give a certificate for participation. You will have 3 days, lunch, dinner, whatever comes in between, and you will learn something. And the target is you will get funded investments, because our UK principal is a prop trading firm. Let me explain in 1 minute what is prop trading basically. It comes from proprietary trading. It's a type of venture capital basically, where they provide investment and they invest on you and share the profits, and they gradually increase it in different sectors. Somebody will be given maybe a commodity, there will be different asset classes as well. As a US certified financial analyst, anybody comes to us for any financial advice, there are a lot of factors which we have to go for, mainly including the attitude, aptitude, risk appetite, targets, and so on. So like this, we will differentiate different asset classes and will distribute. Maybe somebody will be trading commodities in those funded accounts, maybe somebody will be trading cryptocurrencies, maybe a mixture of it. It will really depend. So other than those who couldn't, of course it's a limited fund there, so they will not waste their time, because they will have a lot of learning. And I'm especially here just to give one point, that if you plan ever to do any financial business worldwide, will be there to help you out, whether it requires company registration in the US or taking the license or giving you the proper exams which you have to qualify. And generally, if we talk about licenses, as I started earlier, we need 3 requirements. First of all, it's proficiency requirement, and it's not the degree basically. If somebody is equivalent to even A level, it's he or she is qualified to go for any financial license individually or as a company anywhere in the world. But they have some MCQ-based exams, which we'll just go through in few minutes. Then it comes to background affiliation. For example, if you have to get any US license, it's quite possible while being here. It requires maybe 2 to 3 months, and you will be enlisted there. You can conduct business online. Everything is global. All you need is a website and related stuff, and that's it. And but for that purpose, they will go for even FBI clearance, and because it's a financial sector. So this is the second part. After that, it comes to financial requirements. And still, there are a lot of stuff which without investment one can do, because as an advisor, as a trader, research analyst, a lot of other things. So this is explained here that you will have a proper risk management, technical analysis, research and training for the knowledge, which is the practical knowledge. And to be honest, I just got admission in CFA considering it's very much related to fund management and stuff like that. And believe me, in a few months I had to left because I couldn't find anything as far as the practical knowledge is concerned. And what we had, practically gained in different countries by working with different organizations. So this practical knowledge is like how you forecast. There are technical analysis. I've developed more than 24 exams for technical analysis, which are very much mandatory, and it would be good fortune if any university starts MSc in technical analysis, BS in risk management or something like this. Because if we talk about financial sector, generally we see the accounting side and the other stuff. So here you will have a glimpse of practical studies during those 3 days, and after that it will be virtually available. Then we can have regulatory exam particular to any country. For example, if somebody's, I have dozens of examples, by the way, in overseas. Unfortunately, when any student plans to study in the UK or US or Canada, most of time they are doing odd jobs, pizza delivery and stuff like that. And I have students who are prepared by putting a couple of extra months efforts, and now they're working in financial institutions. It's good for them. It's good for the companies they hire them as well, because if they are paying, for example, $5,000 to that guy who was a US national, and they are paying, for example, $4,000 to Pakistani national, and the Pakistani national on the other side was maybe earning $2,000 by pizza delivery or something. So he simply doubled his investment, income, and now they got the chance to earn, good reputation and experience as well. So after that, we can get registration for them as well. These are the details of some of the exams. You can search it online as well. If we talk about US, the regulator is different and exams are different. Somebody has to go for Series 3, somebody has to go for Series 7, somebody is planning for securities, shares market, somebody is planning for advisory and other stuff. So likewise in the UK, if you have to get license, you have to have some exams from FCA, which is Financial Conduct Authority, and it's a regulator in the US. Likewise, there is ASIC in Australia and other exams. All these are MCQ exams. This is quite easy for every one of you. And if you just spare a couple of months, you can go through it. If any one of you have planned to go, carry on your studies in the UK or Canada or Australia or US. So this is something where at least you should put maybe a couple of extra months and you can be there with a good job. And, your own business as well, because all you need is the license. If you have the license You can advertise your skills, you can have customers across the world, and they can pay you, you can trade their portfolio, you can share profits with them, you can give them research, analysis. It's like becoming an entrepreneur in financial sector, and it's just a matter of months, and by the time you start, your experience goes on. Provided you plan something and you don't underestimate yourself, this is all what required. So these are some of the benefits. For example, some of you is planning to go to US, and he says, okay, I have to complete my rest of studies. It might require, say, a couple of years. So what should I do? So we can suggest, okay, he can go for NFA license, which is given by CFTC, Commodity Futures Trading Commission. There are 6 types of licenses, and only 2 of them require capitals. Rest 4 licenses doesn't require any capital at all. They require proficiency, some exams to be clear. All are MCQ based, 70% is passing ratio. It's quite easy. Your concept should be clear, and that's it, you're ready to go. Likewise, there are some other countries' detail, which everyone is most welcome to discuss personally. Anytime who has, go for more details. So since it's a very vast field, I cannot explain each and everything. That's what we plan to do, in the 3 days training, and we'll be open for any question answer right now. After that, we have the contact details. Anybody can contact for any further information.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much. I would like to just conclude with, I want to clarify one thing, that the courses, the higher qualifications internationally, these are the qualifications, the second segment. We are here today because Anissa wanted, because he is himself a qualified person, and with people with such qualifications normally don't find any visa issue also. He just wanted to share with you the another aspect. I mean, if somebody couldn't get the fund and he or she wants to move abroad, then these qualifications are the options. And trust me, you will not find in Pakistan other than our platform who can guide on these things regarding the entrepreneurship, company formation. But along with that, the purpose of today's orientation session is to see the interested people, serious people, who would not waste their time and money and our time and money. And we would welcome open-heartedly, and it would be a friendly environment, and we want to see who's interested to participate in the 3 days training. And you'll be seeing the WhatsApp number, and otherwise you can speak to your the career counseling department, Umar Imam Saab. He's having our contact also. So share your interest with us, and we would welcome you. So this was all about. And if you have any question, please don't hesitate. Yes, please. I'm sorry. Yes, please. Who regulates NFA?
Basically, NFA stands for National Futures Association. It's an autonomous body, and it's a self-regulatory organization, so nobody needs to regulate, but still it's under the laws of Commodity Futures Trading Commission, which is US-based regulators. There are 2 regulators in the US. Like in Pakistan, there is only one regulator, SECP, which gives all. Like in UK, it's FCA, Financial Conduct Authority, which used to be FSA before, Financial Services Authority. And so they regulate in the UK. So this is in the US and regulated by CFTC. And if anybody is registered there, your name is displayed, you can search, and last 10 years history is also available. Right.
Yes, please. You can, please.
You talked about profit sharing. What is your profit share?
It's basically between 30 to 50%, but it depends upon the performance level. The minimum is 30%, because it's risk-free. There are some options where you can participate in investment and then increase your share. But somebody who is not investing anything, for a minimum is 30% of the profits, and these are distributed at the end of the month, whatever the profit is. If it's in loss, so of course you have been given a limit, so you don't have to share the loss. Please.
You can share the example of.
Sorry? Okay, see, first of all, this is, if I explain all this business in one line, I want all of you to leave at least by understanding this thing, what is the business about, I would say in one line, this is online margin trading in stocks, commodities, forex and cryptocurrency. That's it, this is one line. So basically you are trading on margin, and if somebody of, already, maybe you have been trading before, which products? Okay, so whether we talk about crypto or forex or commodities, basic mechanism is same. As far as the forecast is concerned, it's all about charting and fundamentals, because chart doesn't need to know whether the feed is coming from PTCL or it's coming from Microsoft. If you can forecast, you can trade Microsoft as well as you can trade cryptocurrencies. It's absolutely the same. But unfortunately, there is no qualification here in Pakistan, and YouTube is the only qualification where sometimes you could be misunderstood as well, especially when it comes to various colored lines. So that we will try to elaborate in one day. So here, as far as your question is concerned, there will be different asset classes, and we would love to mixture, most of them. Maybe we take few products from the US stock, for example, NASDAQ, and maybe one currency like euro, gold, Bitcoin, and we make it one asset class. And then we have to discuss which one is available for which time, because this is 23 hours market every day. Saturday, Sunday is off. So somebody is willing to give time in the morning. Maybe he can go for Australian dollar or Japanese yen, because Asia opens early morning. Somebody is having time midnight as per Pakistan time. Maybe he can plan, go for NASDAQ and so on. So it's not fixed, it will be flexible.
Believe me, this business, if you understand, this is something which gives you independence. I mean, there's no time, limit or bindings if you try to take interest in it.
Sure.
If you could answer the question,
Yes,
just
please.
on behalf of the students. One, when and where will the training be held?
All right.
When it will start, what will be the timing so that they can accommodate accordingly?
Right.
How many people will be
Ma'am,
accommodated in the training?
Okay.
I'm sure you
Very-
have other universities also.
Ma'am,
And that 10, the number of 10 which the students will be financed, is that 10 from NU only or from the entire university?
Right.
Thank you very much. This is basically in Pakistan. The office is started here in Faisal Town, along with the Mall Town. We'll share the address, number one, and we are going to take maximum 12 persons, irrespective to the gender. The first session is going to be started, and we just delayed it for some reason. We were going to start in the coming Saturday, and we are just discussing. And you would be surprised to know that the interest is taken by the females and males, not from Lahore. They are coming from the southern Punjab. They are ready to, take refuge with their relatives. They are ready to pay in the hotels, for the hotels, and they are coming. And we really loved their attitude. We really loved. The course would be on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 3 days. Just Monday would be the day which you have to sacrifice. Otherwise, we don't want anyone should disturb his schedule. And the last question you had? Yeah, you asked, is it from the BNU? No, not at all, sir. This is for the whole country. Initially, we are doing it from Punjab, and we are trying to evaluate. We'll evaluate our, friends. These are friends. I mean, male or female. It's not the exam of highest marks or lower marks. No. We would like to see their attitude toward learning, and we will select 10 from at least 5 to 6 universities.
And one more thing I would like to add, as Mr. Khalid just mentioned, it's not that difficult.
Not at
just
all.
by the way, who have practical trading experience. The first condition is for the evaluation purpose, that at the end of the evaluation period, the trading account should be positive. Whether it's by $1, one is
Yeah.
qualified. So it's not how much profit somebody is making, because we have to mainly see how somebody is implementing what he has learned, and especially the discipline. Because
Discipline,
there have
dynamics.
been some parameters when discussing reward and risk ratios, risk per trade, trade expectancy. If somebody is given 2% risk per trade, and he has simply doubled his account. But in two trades, we see he lost 5%. So he's out because in future he can simply collapse the whole fund because he's not disciplined enough. And so it's much detail what actually we have to explain in 3
Yes,
days.
please.
I think you have been trading before. It's the most commonly asked question. This is the way of expression. Somebody is making software in C++, somebody is making in Java and so on. So whatever things you know is better. But obviously, the technicals are based on one line, but history repeats itself. So based upon historical data, we project actually. And it's comparatively easier and there are a lot of studies. So these are, in my personal point of view, more appropriate. And fundamentals give you overall look, longer term point of view, but it's such a huge market. Like it's like more than $20 trillion a day, add all the asset classes. But we have to come up with the limits we have. So mostly people are day traders. So for the day trading, fundamentals will not do a lot because fundamentals are always discounted. So whatever event is going to be scheduled, there is a forecast always 2 days, 3 days before. So, but anyway, it has to be a mixture of both. I think you should join this session because there are 24 exams
Next
on
question.
technical analysis only.
Yeah,
So
Mr.
it's a lot.
Yes, please go ahead.
Sir, we can do any sort of businesses in different parts of the world. We can do manufacturing business or it's related to only trade.
It is related to, you see, regarding manufacturing and rest of the sector, there are so many startups. See, but we are talking about something which is high value, sector. Females can do, I mean, this could be done by the females who are married also. They can do this business. I mean, rest of the business, they have to go to the market, they have to collect the raw material, have to do a lot of marketing. Here, the skill is only required. That's it.
In your response, sorry, I will take 2 minutes, but I think it's important. As I told you, financial markets and commodity exchanges started in the 17th century. And the first exchange was Osaka Rice Exchange. So let me give you one example, you will understand how important nowadays it is. It's not only speculative trading or something like that. Maybe you know a lot of your friends who are importing Japanese car 650cc something. They used to pay in Japanese yen, right? Currency is devalued. I personally know a lot of them who lost just because next month, for example, they had to pay Japanese yen, say over $100,000. They were keeping pocket rupees. What happened? When 12 rupees devalued in a single day, the profit was gone. They were in losses. So what they do, they can buy Japanese yen in advance, which they have to pay by the time they take the CM. And since in currencies, we work almost go beyond 1%. Pakistan Mercantile Exchange gives 2% margin for currencies. So since it's a margin trading, so it means 1% means if you have to pay Japanese yen of $100,000, so you need $1,000 to hold Japanese yen of worth 12.5 million yen worth almost $100,000. So this is basically a practical hedging. Anybody who is manufacturing, for example, cable, it requires copper. Copper is moving low with gold. So you cannot see the copper price moving very low, right? So they have to hedge copper. Likewise, somebody is bringing gold to the wholesaler. Okay, if it's not bringing from Brazil or South Africa or Switzerland, okay, from Dubai. Still it requires 6 to 8 hours minimum. He cannot afford more than 6 minutes sometimes. So, because by the time it's like 10% of the value. So it deals with the practical businesses as well. This is one segment.
If there's one single question, last question we would like to take, and then we would like to say you thanks. Yes, please. Sorry?
We've heard this famous example regarding stock markets that you could take a chimpanzee and ask it to pick 5 random stocks, or you could ask an analyst to pick 5 random stocks for you. You still cannot predict how it's going to go because it follows a random.
My friend, this is last question, so could you repeat and could you speak a bit
I
loud?
understand. Let me explain.
Okay.
It's a good question. But basically, first of all, we need to understand that we don't want to be 100% accurate. I analyzed one very famous fund manager's one-year trading cycle. They produced almost 100 times return in 1 year. I don't want to be exact details, it was short of time. He was having accuracy of 66% only. It means out of 100 transactions, he made profit only in 66 trades. So we don't have to be 100% accurate, so we should accept our, mistakes. We'll be discussing trade plan in our 3-day session as well. There we will mainly discuss that how we can mitigate our risk and how we can maximize our profits. So you're right, whatever selection of portfolio you made per share, actually, if we have proper plans and we know what are risk parameters, what are our profit objectives, and if somebody is having a profit of objective of say, for example, 5 to 10% a month, is quite realistic and we can achieve it with consistent effort. Regardless of, if you appoint somebody, so then you should know your advisor has the proper information, he is licensed or not. Because unfortunately in Pakistan still there is no compliance that anybody can give any advice. But in US it is illegal. If you give advice to somebody and you are not licensed, you can be sued. So as far as your question was the selection of advisor, so if you have the basic information, you can use them to select, and then still there are some parameters you have to give them. What is your risk appetite and what is your profit objective, which product you should select, all these things.
Just one more thing, which I was going to get to. Markets move on sentiment, right? So what I was going to ask was, what's your criteria for selecting those 10 students, knowing that it's going to move on sentiment? Could be anyone.
First of all, it's not only the sentiment. Market also move demand and supply, and they are, proper figures. And as I told you, it's a long detail, but few points which we have. Number one, at the end of the given time period, and time is not fixed because it's based upon number of transactions, you can say activity as well. Somebody who's having, giving time actively, maybe 1 or 2 weeks will be sufficient. But if somebody is not giving time, then he will not have more and more opportunities. So maybe he might require 1 month to complete his evaluation process. So it depends upon the number of transactions and the results in the shape of discipline. But whatever we will be studying them, teaching them, we just want to see the discipline, how they implemented it, regardless of the profit and loss. As I gave example earlier, the only condition, however, should be that at the end of the evaluation period, the portfolio given rate should be positive. Whether it's by $1 doesn't make any difference. That can be selected, and there might be a person who doubles his account. He cannot be selected because of lack of discipline, lack of maybe whatever techniques we study we couldn't implement.
Well, I would like to explain the word discipline does not mean that the people who will be there, they will be suffocated. Discipline means the discipline of conducting the trades as per the norms. So, yeah, exactly. I mean, just wanted to clarify. So thank you very much, Imran Sahab. Thank you very much, all of you. I would like to clap for you. Thank you so much. We will look forward.